and welcome to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that we've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I never watched Normal People when it came out, and I heard a lot of hype around it, mainly from my sister and my girlfriend who constantly rewatch it, but I'd always seen little clips of it and I thought, like, it's not my normal cup of tea, it's not my normal go-to, a romance life story show. It's not my normal go-to, but I love Paul Mescal. I absolutely adore the man. Just a little bit worryingly too much, I think. Everything he's been in recently I've loved, and so I thought, let's give this a go. It's kind of what kicked off his career, and oh my god. The journey that this TV show takes you on, from the beginning being in school to the end, the mental torment that each of these characters go through, it goes into such a dark place in the last couple episodes that I almost never thought it would turn to. It goes from being sort of this like cute little kids at school romance thing to just these two people who almost are so unbelievably broken from parent trauma, from just being alone, or anxieties and panic attacks, and there's so many different aspects and elements of mental health and issues and just brilliance that wraps around this relationship that you so desperately want to work through the entire thing. That it's so frustrating to watch that it creates this absolutely brilliant TV show that I absolutely love. It shows how you grow up and you change and you evolve and you move away from your hometown and issues and loneliness. That it shows in a brilliant way. I think both actors are just absolutely stellar. They put their life and soul into these characters, and it shows so well, and it just creates this brilliant TV show. My one issue with Normal People is the ending. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you're not supposed to like it. You want Marianne and you want Connell to get together at the end, which they kind of do, but then at the end they separate. But to me, the ending just didn't really make sense. It felt a little bit lazy. I apologise if I've just offended everyone watching. To me, it just felt a little bit odd. Connell, this person who struggled so much with loneliness and got anxiety going through into Dublin, was finally in such a happy place and in a relationship that he pretty much wanted to be in from the beginning. He was finally at this brilliant, happy place, and to just randomly drop it all to go to New York, it doesn't make sense for me for the character. It just seems a little bit random and a little bit odd, and something that throughout watching I would be like, I don't think he would do that. I don't think he would take that path. And same goes for Marianne. She hates the sort of position that she's in at the minute with her parents and her brother, and I get that she's found that best friend that she wanted. But also, the reason that she was happy with where she was in life currently is because she'd finally had a relationship that treated her right with Connell. It wasn't abusive, it wasn't anything that the previous relationships were. And so for her to say at the end, I'm happy with you to go, and I'm happy with my life here, so I don't want to move to New York, makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. The ending doesn't fit for the characters. It felt very rushed, odd, and just left me a little bit like, really? That's how it ends? Regardless of that, I still love the TV show. I potentially might read the book because, like I said, I love these characters. I love the story that it takes you on. It fits so much into 10 episodes that you feel so deeply connected to these characters. There's some really tough scenes to watch in Normal People. One especially for me that was a little bit like, oh my god, was when Connell talks to the therapist and he breaks down. You've got this character whose friend has just killed himself. He's just left his girlfriend because kind of deep down he knows he wants to be with Marianne, but also this girl is kind of just like nice but doesn't really fit for him, so he sort of feels a little bit guilty for that. He's suffering with panic attacks, loneliness, depression, all of these things, and he just sits there and lets it all out. And what a brilliantly acted scene by Paul Mescal. But that scene was almost quite hard to watch someone go through that, and it sums up brilliantly that sort of person, how he says sorry afterwards, like, sorry therapist for breaking down. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let it out to them, but it's so brilliantly true to that sort of person and that mindset that it's just accurate and it's just good. But anyway, let me know, what did you think of Normal People if you've seen it, and I'll see you next time on the TV Show Club.